For those who didn't grow up in Oklahoma, it's a rivalry that seems strange. A matchup that throws out the national implications and focuses on its tangled engagement.
Everyone always asks you if you're a fan of OSU or OU. It's very divided.
I'm actually the only one in my whole family that is an OU fan. Mom and dad, brother, uncles, aunts, they're all OSU fans.
A game that separates families right down the middle. It's thicker than blood.
Pistols firing.
More complicated than hate.
Sooners are back on top.
One side orange and black, the other crimson and cream. Bigger than the playoff, bigger than the Heisman.
Mason Rudolph, Baker, Mayfield.
What really matters here is for the next year, you get to tell your dad, your cousin, your brother, your wife, we beat the heck out of you guys this year.
This is Bedlam down the sideline.
A house divided, over 100 years of conflict. Welcome to Bedlam.
From Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater, Oklahoma, we've got one of the great rivalries in college football ready to go down right now, as the Oklahoma Sooners, ranked 5th in the nation, coming to town to take on the 11th ranked Cowboys of Oklahoma State. Hi everybody, I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner Joel Klatt, and welcome to Stillwater. Folks, we've got a good one for you today. So much on the line.
That's right.
In this game.
Well, it's interesting because in the Big 12, in the pantheon of the Big 12, Red River was really the game, right? That's where the conference was won or lost most years, but now that's been overtaken by the Bedlam series. This is where the Big 12 runs through Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, and it's the same this year. These two teams are vying to be one of the teams in that Big 12 championship game. Iowa State, TCU, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State. I can't wait to see how this thing plays out. All 4-1, and this game today is going to have a huge say in who makes it to Dallas to that Big 12 championship game.
Obviously, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, they don't like each other. So much on the line in terms of the playoffs. This is like a playoff game.
Yeah.
However, when you boil things down, this is about Baker versus Mason.
And this is the best quarterback matchup in college football. I mean, these two guys are sensational players. They're great leaders. They're a bit different from one another, but I can't wait to watch them play. And the reason is because Baker is the playmaker. He gets out of the pocket. He makes things happen for his team. Mason Rudolph is a bit more stoic. Both great leaders, both probably going to be NFL starters at some point in their careers as football players. But today, it's the one that can shine on the brightest stage in Bedlam that's going to give their team a chance to win this football game.
Let's go downstairs to the All-American girl, Jenny Tabb.
Gus, thank you. Well, Mason Rudolph and James Washington came back for their senior season at Oklahoma State for one specific reason. What is that? To win a Big 12 championship game. And how do they do it? Well, the road to a championship goes through Bedlam. Both players have had some highs and lows when it comes to this rivalry. For Mason Rudolph, a high was 2014 and only his second career start in overtime victory. A low, his performance last year, a career worst. And when you ask him about it, he'll tell you, it is time for me to get that bad taste out of my mouth. But you know who wants to spoil the fun more than anyone else? Quarterback Baker Mayfield. No one on the road is better than Mayfield. And when I talked to him this week, he said, I love the energy. I love going into a hostile environment where everyone is rooting against me and spoiling all of the fun.
All right, thank you very much. Close to 60,000 in attendance. Ready to watch this game as we take a look at the series history. The Sooners have won 2 straight and 12 of the last 14 games since 2003. Last year, Oklahoma won the game 38-20 in Norman. Lincoln Riley, 34 years old, youngest coach in FBS. His first season at OU, his only loss to Iowa State this season. They're 7-1 coming into this game. On the other sideline, 50-year-old Mike Gundy, one of the great coaches in all of America. In his 13th year at Oklahoma State, he played here. His 111 wins, third most among active FBS coaches at their schools, trailing only Gary Patterson of TCU and Nick Saban at Alabama. Perfect day for football. Matt Amendola will kick it away. Oklahoma State Oklahoma. Welcome to Bedlam. And OU will take a knee in the end zone. So the Sooners come on the field with Baker Mayfield. And what's the story when OU has the football?
This team is so balanced, and it's not just Mayfield, but it really starts with their experienced offensive line, one of the best in America. They've got to protect Mayfield and continue to run the ball well. They're one of the best rushing teams in the entire country and the best in the Big 12. On the defensive side for Oklahoma State, it's really about maintaining their aggressiveness and turning the ball over, getting takeaways. Last week against West Virginia, 5 takeaways. They lead the Big 12 with 17 on the year. That needs to continue today.
So Baker Mayfield leading OU onto the field. He's got magic in him, folks. He's like Willie Beeman. He's got magic dust sprinkled all around him. He knows what to do and when to do it. On first down at the 25. Mayfield throws it, and Rodney Anderson with the reception. He's chopped down by A.J. Green. So Baker Mayfield has never lost a true road game in his OU career. He's 12-0. This is the last big one on the schedule. They run it, and nothing. Anderson trying to get through the hole, and he is stopped by Jordan Brailford.
Here's the first big opportunity of the game for Oklahoma State to try to get off the field, force a punt on OU's first series. These third down opportunities, the player that OU likes to target is their big tight end, who's going to be flexed out, number 81, Mark Andrews.
And there's Andrews in motion right now. He comes into this game with 36 catches to lead the receiving corps. 3rd and 11 at the 24. Empty backfield for Mayfield. Baker Mayfield fires and picked off. A.J. Green stepped in. A.J. Green chopped down at the 27, and Oklahoma State is in business. Only the 4th interception of the season for Baker Mayfield.
He got caught staring down his wide receiver, and what's going to happen is you're going to see the corner drop off and come outside from the right side of your TV screen and just falls right into the route. That's a great job from Oklahoma State, understanding to read the eyes of the quarterback, jumping the route, and A.J. Green gets the interception, and another takeaway for this Cowboy defense.
A.J. Green has been red hot, had 2 interceptions last week against West Virginia. First down at the 11. Here's a handoff, Hill. And he's knocked down by Kenneth Murray, first man to him. Middle linebacker, freshman from Missouri City, Texas.
Kenneth Murray is a good-looking young player, just a true freshman, 6'2", 242 pounds, very instinctual player, but also still learning. That's a very difficult position, the middle linebacker spot, to play as a young player because there's so much going on. He's got to get the calls, as you see him right now, trying to communicate with the defense.
2nd down and 9 at the 10-yard line. Rudolph hands it to Hill, tries to cut it back, but is stuck. And he may have lost a half yard on the play. Murray first man to him again.
Was Overton as well, just the sophomore. This guy, he's played some of his best football in the last couple of weeks, and he forces now a longer 3rd down opportunity, and this is going to allow Oklahoma to put a few more of their resources into coverage to try to stop some of these great wide receivers that Oklahoma State has on the outside.
So 3rd and 10 at the 11. Oklahoma State still with an opportunity to get a first down. Rudolph to throw it. Near side, incomplete. So Oklahoma State unable to capitalize with a touchdown off the Baker Mayfield interception as they bring on the field goal unit.
And just such a bad penalty from James Washington, which negated the touchdown. That's a huge win for Oklahoma to force this field goal opportunity.
Matt Amendola, sophomore from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, right outside Philly, comes in to attempt a 29-yarder. He's 12 of 18 on the season. Got it up. And good. Oklahoma State takes a 3-0 lead here in the first quarter. Why do they call it Bedlam? The exact origin is not clear, but it's applied to every sport in the 2 schools when they play against each other. The first mention of it is in the Oklahoma newspaper in 1943, with no credit given to its originator. 3-0 Oklahoma State. Baker Mayfield will come back on the field after throwing only his 4th interception of the season. Marcelius Sutton is the deep man as Matt Amendola sends it away. Sutton will get a shot from his own 2. Flag on the play. Sutton still moving. Sutton breaks it to the 40. Sutton still moving, and he gets all the way to the Oklahoma State 45, but there is a flag. First down and 10 at the 40-yard line. Oklahoma has dodged 2 big bullets. They could be down 14-0. Here's Mayfield. Delivers. Caught. This one in the crease. Michael Jones, his 6th reception of the year. He's averaging 22 yards per catch. That's a gain of 11.
Yeah, and this tempo is as quick as Oklahoma has gone in the last couple of weeks. Now they'll slow it down a little bit as they've gotten up to midfield. And this is more of what we've seen this year. Not necessarily methodical, but for them and a spread offense, just a touch.
Anderson, the deep back. 1st and 10 at the 49. Play fake. Mayfield goes through his progressions. Wide open. Caught. Dimitri Flowers. Touchdown OU. 49 yards. Fourth receiving touchdown of the year for Flowers.
The move that Flowers makes in the route is exceptional. Watch right here. Flowers is going to come out, and then the safety, which is Trey Flowers, his cousin, he's coming to guard him, and right here he's going to give an inside move. Flowers falls down, then his cousin Flowers catches the ball and takes it into the end zone. These two are as close as close can be. Consider themselves more brothers than they are cousins, and they go at each other right here in the first quarter.
Seibert in for the extra point. And it's good. 9:03 to play in the first quarter. Oklahoma shaking off the Hanks as they take a 7-3 lead on the road in Bedlam. Back to Stillwater right after this. Great scene here in Stillwater, Oklahoma, as the Sooners 4 plays 71 yards. Flowers with the 49-yard touchdown catch as he beat his cousin for 6. Johnson, the deep man. And this one goes out of the end zone. Here's Mason Rudolph to throw it. With time, lofts it up. Aitman! Make that Johnson caught. And down at the 15. A 60-yard reception. Stephen Parker takes him down.
Well, what you're going to see here is the safety gets kind of lost because the route's going to come from the inside. It's a slot receiver that comes in. He's going to force his way out, and then he's going to take his way all the way to the middle of the field, and there was no safety help there for Stephen Parker, who got lost in the middle of the field. Great throw from Mason Rudolph down the field.
Tyron Johnson, the LSU transfer, with his 13th catch of the season. First down. Justice Hill, the deep back. They give it to him. Hill. And he'll crash his way forward into Stephen Parker and get inside the 2-yard line.
Hill's not a huge guy. He's only 185, but he runs very strong. And when he gets into these situations, you'll see him dive behind his pads, and he gets those shoulders down low, using leverage to try to get into the end zone.
Second down, goal at the 2 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph running it, and they were prepared. The Oklahoma defense sits on him. DJ Ward didn't bite on the play fake.
And exactly what happened a week ago. They tried to get Rudolph loose inside the 5 and dive in for a touchdown. Oklahoma was ready, saw the film, and DJ Ward played that perfectly, brings the big quarterback to the ground.
So third down and goal at the Oklahoma 1 for Oklahoma State. Trailing it 7-3. Quick throw into the end zone. Marcel Aitman with the catch and touchdown. What a beautiful throw and an even better catch.
And taking advantage of the mismatch. Marcel Aitman is 6'4", 220, and Rudolph does exactly what you should do, which is put it way up in the air where only he can catch it, and then that's just strength at the catching point. Aitman goes up, grabs it in those big old hands, gets his foot down, and it's touchdown for the Cowboys.
So Oklahoma State answers with a 6-play, 75-yard drive, scoring in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. The 60-yard catch by Tyron Johnson, the big play on that drive. And with 7:01 to go, the Cowboys back on top. Here's Matt Amendola for the extra point. And it's good. 10-7. 7:01 to play in the first quarter. 10-7 Cowboys. Marcelius Sutton, the deep man, as Matt Amendola sends it away from the 35. And Sutton steps up. He'll start from the 2. And Sutton chopped down as he crosses the 20-yard line. Mayfield sprints out of the pocket, looks backside, got a receiver. Andrews has it. Andrews all the way down to the Oklahoma State 20-yard line. Edison Magruder with the tackle, but it's a 55-yard gain.
Boy, what a great play fake. And then Andrews came from all the way on the opposite side of the formation, and Oklahoma State just lost him in space.
First down and goal at the 5-yard line for OU. Mayfield gives it up. The end around. Bedlam, touchdown Sooners. Jeff Bedlam squeezing his way into the end zone. And Oklahoma takes a 13-10 lead.
Boy, it was a race to that pylon. Bedlam has certainly got the jets. Right here, he's going to turn it on, and now it's just a race, and he gets just inside of that pylon. Great block on the outside by number 17, Jordan Smallwood. Smallwood really is the one that cleared the way so that Bedlam had a lane to go. You're seeing he's a little shaken up.
Seibert for the extra point. And it's good. 14-10, third lead change already. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Bedlam. More right after this. 14-10 OU on top of Oklahoma State. Seibert will send it away. Johnson, the deep man. And this one out of the end zone.
And East Lansing.
Especially after the Spartans lost to Northwestern last week. Rudolph throws it as he finds his receiver over the middle at the 30-yard line.
He just dropped it. Fine Feyuiaki. Pretty sure I just got that right.
Yeah, you did. I was waiting for you.
Just drop. I appreciate that.
Youngster.
You do it. Back to you.
2nd and 10 at the 25. I'll get him the next time. Rudolph, delayed handoff. Hill follows his blockers and gets to the 31. 5-yard gain.
Well, they got the big play on the last series, but here they come out and a little conservative trying to run the ball.
3rd down, 5 at the 30. Hill again. And Hill lowers his shoulders. He will not have enough for the first down.
Well, this is interesting now because of the rhythm that Oklahoma has established on offense. I know they think they can go get this yard, but this is a precarious spot to go for it on a 4th down. Just at the, 34-yard line? And it looks like Mike Gundy is going to run his punt team out onto the field. They thought about it for quite a while, but that's why I was surprised with the 3rd down run call. If you're going to punt it anyways, I think you got to have the ball in Mason Rudolph's hands there.
So Signer will punt it from a 19-yard line. C.D. Lamb standing at the 25 for Oklahoma. Lamb signaling for the fair catch. And he has it at the 20. Sermon. Not a lot. As Justin Phillips pulls him down.
This defense has been playing really well. Last week against West Virginia, they held West Virginia 192 yards under their average. The last couple of weeks, they've done a heck of a job. And it started up front with their defensive line, their ability to stop the run. And that's what they've got to do today against an Oklahoma team that really is a very good rushing team, best rushing team in the Big 12.
2nd and 9 of the 36. Here's the end around, the double reverse. Jones throws it and caught. What a catch by Trey Sermon as he goes up high and brings it down.
Gus, they had the double reverse, but Sermon threw it back to Mayfield, who actually made the pass. I mean, there was so much going on in the backfield. See right here, he pitches it to Mayfield, and then Mayfield basically throws a fadeaway, and they're able to get the completion. What an amazing play there, and a catch down the field by number 4, Trey Sermon.
16-yard gain. First down to the 48 now for Oklahoma. Play fake. Far side. Caught. Brown running. Hollywood Brown knocked out of play as he gets inside the 15.
Check out Dimitri Flowers. He's going to be coming out from the fullback spot, and he's going to lay the key block on the outside right there. Boom! He's going to get A.J. Green on the ground. Brown waited and was patient enough to allow that block to happen, and then he takes off with the speed.
36-yard gain for Marquise Brown. 2nd and 10 of the 12. Sermon. And he'll get inside the 10. And partner, I don't know about you, but Oklahoma's offense looks complicated. It's so much misdirection. It's even hard to kind of follow it a little bit.
There's a lot of movement, isn't there? And that's because there's so many different skill position players that can contribute. Tailbacks, fullbacks, tight ends, wide receivers. Who's got the ball? Probably number 6. I don't know. This Oklahoma State team has been so good in the first quarter. Through the first 8 games, they've outscored their opponent 100-20. But today, it's OU getting the better of the Cowboys. 14-10 is the Sooners' lead, and they're knocking on the door again.
3rd down and 5 at the 7 for Baker Mayfield. Sermon standing next to him. Mayfield, quarterback draw. Mayfield, can he get outside? Mayfield, touchdown OU. His 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
How about this stiff arm from Baker Mayfield? He was going to get tackled for about 1-yard gain, maybe 2, by Justin Phillips, number 19. And Mayfield just said, "Get out of my face," and runs to the pylon.
Mayfield, a big guy. He weighs 220 pounds, 6'1". Some compare him to Favre in terms of his personality.
I actually see a little bit, I know this is strange, but a little bit of Elway, because he's got those pigeon toes a little bit. You know, and heck, I grew up in Denver, you know, that's my childhood right there.
Extra point is good.
A great run for Mayfield.
Tyron Johnson back deep for Oklahoma State. Cowboys digging a hole for themselves here in the first half. Seibert kicks it off. And this one out of the end zone again. 1st and 10 from the 25. Rudolph near side. This ball caught. Devin Stoner. And Stoner, the redshirt freshman out of Jenks High School in Tulsa, knocked out a play by Will Johnson.
Well, you got to keep yourself within striking distance in a game like this when the offenses are going back and forth. So a big series here for the Cowboys.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Rudolph unloads a big ball and drops it in there. James Washington down at the Oklahoma 15.
I I mean, look at how much cushion Oklahoma is giving him, all the respect in the world, and they still throw it deep. There's not a better deep ball thrower in college football than Mason Rudolph, and there's the evidence right there.
Cowboys quickly to the line of scrimmage. They swing it out wide. Washington again, and he's close to another first down.
Goodness, these offenses just back and forth. It's like haymakers. The heavyweight battle going on between these quarterbacks is outstanding.
First down and goal to the 6-yard line for Oklahoma State. They hand it off to Hill. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oklahoma State scoring in 46 seconds.
That's as easy as it comes. And right here, Hill does a great job of just being patient enough to find the hole that opens up. Nice job by the fullback, number 41. That's Britton Abbott. Gets a block at the line of scrimmage. Easy touchdown and score for Oklahoma State. Great series for them.
Amendola. Extra point good. Unbutton your shirt, folks. Settle in. This has the makings of a high-scoring affair today in Stillwater. 21-17, OU on top of Oklahoma State here at Bedlam. Amendola will send it away. Sutton standing at his own goal line. And he'll get a chance from the 1. Oh, Sutton spins forward. First down and 10 of the 16. Mayfield to throw it, pump fake. Guns it over the middle and caught by Hollywood Brown, still running. Hollywood Brown all the way. Touchdown, Oklahoma, 84 yards.
You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Mayfield's going to be patient here, and his eyes are going to go on this side. And what you're going to finally see is that Brown waits, and then he turns on the Jets. Once he turns on the Jets, it was over. That dude can fly.
Brown, 3 catches, 129 yards, and a touchdown already. Mayfield, 10 of 17. 282 yards passing. 3 touchdowns and 1 pick. He also has a rushing touchdown. This kid from Hollywood, Florida, folks, Marquise Brown, has some star qualities, and Oklahoma leading 28-17. Marquise Brown with an 84-yard touchdown reception. He had an 87-yard touchdown against Tulane earlier during the season. This is his 3rd 100-yard game of the year for the sophomore from Hollywood, Florida. And this one out of the back of the end zone. Here's Rudolph with time. Rudolph throws up the sideline and caught. Chris Lacey at the Oklahoma 40. He waited for it.
Jordan Thomas, the corner, just got lost in coverage. Did a nice job initially at the snap of the football, then got lost. Rudolph found him and attacked the weakness in coverage.
A 32-yard gain, first down. Hill breaks free. Hill high stepping all the way to the Oklahoma 15. Stephen Parker there to trip him up. If not, another touchdown for the Cowboys. First down. Rudolph looking and incomplete. Hill out of the backfield, the intended receiver.
Yeah, they cannot allow Mason Rudolph to just stand back in the pocket. Their defensive backs for Oklahoma are just not good enough in coverage to cover these wide receivers. That's why I'm pretty shocked that they've got Obo Okoronkwo, number 31, in pass coverage and not up at the line of scrimmage rushing Mason Rudolph. He's the one that can quicken the timing of the quarterback and he's got to start getting loose in that pass rush.
Remember, he leads the conference in sacks with 7, 2nd and 10. Underneath, caught, inside the 5. Chris Lacey again. And now Rudolph starting to really spread it around.
Yeah, and you see the decisiveness of some of these throws. He's doing a great job getting himself set. The ball is not sailing high on him like it was early in this game, and he's been absolutely sensational the last couple of series, picking this defense apart.
First down and goal at the OU 3 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph, play fake, Rudolph, end zone, touchdown! Marcel Aitman. And you called it, partner. Aitman in the corner. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Aitman is just too big and too physical. 6'4", 220. He's working against Jordan Thomas, who's giving up 4 inches on him, and they're just going to body him up. Watch this. He's almost boxing him out like a postman in basketball. He's just going to stick that left hip out, create a little separation, and then he dips out of it. That's a quality throw from Mason Rudolph.
Second receiving touchdown of the game for Marcel Aitman. Amendola. 11:09 to play in the second quarter. 28-24. Oklahoma State responded. What a game we have on our hands here. 28-24. Partner, is this the fourth quarter?
Settle in. Here we go. I mean, this is. We've seen some unbelievable games in the Big 12 over the last few years. Remember last year in Texas Tech, Oklahoma played 66-59 with 1,700 yards of offense. We've seen the, what was it, like 72-68 game West Virginia and Baylor a few years ago with Geno Smith. This one has all the fixings.
And Oklahoma will take a knee in the end zone. First down and 10 to the 25. Mayfield to throw it. Delivers. Ooh, look at that pass, and he finds Brown again, who gets out of bounds at the 40.
That's what I love about this matchup. Folks, you are seeing two of the best quarterbacks in college football standing toe-to-toe. Maybe not on the field at the same time, but this is what you can do, I can do better. I mean, back and forth we go with these two great players, Mason Rudolph and Baker Mayfield. Let's enjoy it.
First down at the 39 for the Magic Men. And he'll hand it off. Actually throws it wide, and it's Sermon. Sermon still moving, and he gets close to a first down.
There's been a lot of eye candy for Oklahoma, a lot of extra movement that we haven't seen previously in the season. Lincoln Riley adding some of those wrinkles into the game plan. As we've seen the last 4 times that Oklahoma has touched the ball, they've been able to go at least 71 yards for a touchdown.
People in the OU athletic department feel that Lincoln Riley, although he's 34, youngest coach in Division I, he has a special talent. That's why they gave him the job. 2nd and 1 at the 48. They hand it off to Sermon. And Sermon tried to get outside, but Darius Williams says, not on my watch.
Now, here's an interesting part of what we're going to have go on in this game is the ability of one of these offenses to maybe grind out a series and give their defense a little time to rest so that potentially one of these defenses can get a stop. That's what Oklahoma seems like they're doing right now, slowing down the tempo and featuring the run. A couple of guys back there in the backfield.
First and 10 at the 47. Anderson and Sermon in the backfield. And they give it to Anderson. Anderson with running room. Anderson bounces it outside, stays on his feet, and goes out of bounds inside the Oklahoma State 30. That's a 20-yard gain. Trey Flowers knocks him out of play.
When you watch this kid run, you got to understand that he's got good patience, and then he sets up his blocks well. He runs to color. Okay, so he allows those wide receivers to just get in the way and runs opposite of that, setting up the defender to be wrong on the other side of that block.
Anderson came into this game with 419 yards rushing on 65 carries, averaging 6.3 yards per carry. Picked up 20 there. First and 10 at the 27. Sermon now in the backfield with Mayfield. Here's Baker looking. Scrambling, throws on the move, and incomplete. as he skips that one to Mark Andrews.
Yeah, he wanted Andrews the whole time, but Andrews got knocked down early on in the route. So Mayfield, knowing that he wasn't out of the pocket, he did a smart job of just getting himself a little bit of space in order to burn the football. He's just throwing that away and throws it at the feet of his tight end.
You talk about a grinded out drive. You can't forget last year about that 8-minute, 28-second drive Oklahoma had against Oklahoma State to win Bedlam. A drive that ended with Samaje Perine taking a knee at the 2 rather than scoring a touchdown. 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he finds his receiver. It's Brown. Look at Hollywood. Lights, camera, action, folks. And he's not from Hollywood, California. He's from Hollywood, Florida.
Oh, he will forever be known as Hollywood. Now he's like taking on the nickname. Look at him. He's like just the dip back right there. He lets the defender fall in front of him. Takes off for a first down. Boy, the suddenness with the way he moves, stops and starts, that's what makes him so difficult to defend.
5 catches, 156 yards, and a touchdown. First down and 10 of the 14. Sermon, Anderson in the split backfield with Mayfield. And they give it to Anderson. Touchdown OU. 14 yards. Track meet. 34-24.
OSU did a great job. They get into the backfield here, right here. This is Cole Walter's sheet, and he's going to get inside of his man and actually contact Anderson in the backfield. Right there, you think to yourself, oh, the play's dead. Anderson breaks the tackle, gets downfield, sets up his blocks well, and finds the end zone.
8:12 to play, second quarter. Seibert in for the extra point. These kickers getting a lot of action in the first half, as the extra point is good. 628 yards in total offense. 8 touchdowns scored already. And we still have 8 minutes to play in the first half. 35-24. Tyron Johnson awaiting the ball as Austin Seibert kicks it into the end zone and out of the end zone once again. And he'll throw it on first down, pump fake. Rudolph delivering deep and incomplete. We asked Coach Gundy yesterday if Mason Rudolph was a pro. He says yes, he's a pro. Actually, we asked him if he was a first-round pick. He said he didn't know, but he definitely is a 10-year pro that's going to know your playbook, not get into any trouble. Then we asked him about James Washington as a pro. And Coach Gundy said something that I've never heard a coach say. He said, James Washington, if he stays healthy, he's a Hall of Fame NFL player. Whew. Wow.
How about that praise?
2nd and 10 at the 25. Rudolph dumps it over. Wide open receiver. And it's Keenan Brown. And Keenan picks up the first down.
Nice little concept here. Brown's just going to find his way from that little H-back spot. Rudolph dumps it off. That's an excellent design.
Rudolph to throw it again. Guns it. First down, Oklahoma State, James Washington.
Boy, this defense, really both defenses, they've got to find some way to disrupt the timing of one of these passers. They just have not been able to get home at all.
First down to the 49. Hill breaks through. Hill spins forward. Another first down as he stopped at the Oklahoma 34. A 14-yard gain. Houghton with the tackle. First down and 10 of the 35 for the Cowboys. This kid has been terrific so far. Mason Rudolph, his team trailing 35-24. Rudolph to throw it. Steps into his throw. Touchdown! James Washington, 35 yards. What a pretty ball.
Two things working in Oklahoma State's favor. No pressure on the quarterback and one-on-one coverage against James Washington. That's lights out. Before the snap ever happens, James Washington is going to beat one-on-one coverage. There's no two ways about it. Rudolph knows that when he gets that look, that's the first place he's going.
Extra point, good. 7:16 to go. The future Hall of Famer. Big time play. Big time game here in Stillwater. 35-31 first half. At the top of our broadcast, we told you that when it boils down to one specific thing, it's Mason versus Baker. And so far, we are seeing an incredible battle between these two quarterbacks.
Boy, and they're going to have to be brilliant the rest of the day. It's none of this, hey, who's going to help me out? No. This game is on Rudolph and Mayfield. And here we go. Buckle it up.
Each quarterback has thrown 3 touchdown passes. Amendola kicking it off. Sutton brings it out of the end zone. Sutton. Ooh. And he gets drilled. Some hard hitting going on. First down at the 24. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle. Wide open. And this time, it's Michael Jones who's been making some big plays in this first half. That's a 31-yard gain.
These defensive coordinators for both teams are just content getting picked apart because they're not providing any pressure. Offensive line does a great job. Mayfield has all day to throw. And when that happens, you're going to get beat because that guy's going to find an open receiver, and he's got too much arm talent to miss a guy that's open down the field.
First down at the 29. Anderson bottled up, and he will be lucky to gain a yard on the play.
Good job there by the defensive line.
Taj Bakari.
The guy that made the play was Darian Daniels, number 79, because they were trying to pull a couple of linemen around and lead up the hole. But Daniels, he blew the play up. He knocked Ben Powers, the left guard, back into the backfield, and those pulling offensive linemen couldn't get around.
2nd and 10 at the 29. On a beautiful day in Stillwater. One of the great rivalries in all of college football. Mayfield underneath. And another completion to Brown.
Well, the way that this game is going and the way that these defenses are playing, I would assume even at this point that this is 4-down territory. So here, I wouldn't be shocked if they actually ran the football. They're going to bring some of those big bodies back onto the field. Anderson's back on the field. Dimitri Flowers back on the field. Wouldn't be shocked here if they hand this one off, knowing that they've probably got 2 downs to get 3.
3rd down and 3 at the 22. Rodney Anderson, the single setback with Baker Mayfield. Here's Mayfield. Finds a receiver. C.D. Lamb. And he's downed inside the 5. A gain of 18. Trey Flowers with the saving tackle.
Well, Lamb has been quiet so far today, but he's probably the most talented wide receiver that Oklahoma has. Just a true freshman. Immense skill, and ran a great route there. Got himself separated. And a nice conversion for Oklahoma on 3rd down.
C.D. Lamb, the Big 12 newcomer of the week after catching 9 balls for 147 yards, both of which were Oklahoma freshman records, and 2 touchdowns against Texas Tech. Anderson will make that Sermon.
Mayfield, at this point in the field, that run game is very strong. Trying to go with it.
2nd down and goal to the 2. Looks like another Wildcat formation for Oklahoma. Mayfield splits to the top of your screen. Sermon runs it, and he won't get in.
What a stop by Whitener. Number 45, Chad Whitener, the middle linebacker. He was unblocked right at the goal line, and he's the one that made the play. Quentin Osborne was also in there on the play. Number 91, holding Sermon out of the end zone.
3rd down goal at the 1. Mayfield back under center. Play fake. Mayfield scrambling, in trouble, and he won't get in. Well defended. DeQuinton Osborne didn't bite. Makes the play. And now the Sooners have a decision to make.
It looked like there was some miscommunication in the backfield. Mayfield was trying to change the play and didn't get it communicated to Sermon. Sermon went the wrong way. Watch as Mayfield, he's going to reverse out, but Sermon goes over to the left side. Mayfield's expecting to hand this ball off over there, doesn't get it, tries to replace him in the hole, and now Oklahoma will run their field goal unit onto the field.
Austin Seibert, 7 of 9 on the season, as long as 36 yards. This one from 20 yards away. And it's good. 1:18 to play. Second quarter, 38-31. 38-31, OU on top of Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State will get the ball to start the second half. Another well-kicked ball by Seibert, out of bounds. So Oklahoma State takes over at their own 25. Cowboys with 2 timeouts. And they hand it to Hill, who gets outside. One-on-one, makes the man miss. Still moving at midfield. Justice Hill. A gain of 27. Trey Norwood finally brings him down.
Great wiggle on the outside and missed tackles by OU.
First down at the 48. Rudolph looking underneath Washington. And Washington gets to the Oklahoma 34. Will Johnson with the open field tackle.
I mean, at this pace, you've got to be worried about scoring too quickly.
First down at the 34 for Mason Rudolph and the Cowboy offense. Here's Rudolph. Over the middle, broken up. Intended for Chris Lacey. Great hands there by Trey Norwood.
Norwood now is being called on because of these corners. They've had so much struggled with Motley and Thomas, so they're going to allow a true freshman to go out there and say, hey, maybe you can do this, because we're getting torched right now. So Trey Norwood, 5'11", 188 pounds, from Fort Smith, Arkansas, a 3-star recruit, in to face the deepest and best wide receiver core in the country.
Marcel Aitman, remember, he's 6'4". He's the receiver at the bottom of your screen, number 3. Rudolph. And caught by Aitman on a deflection. And Aitman goes down at the 30. Clock continues to run.
I think Oklahoma State actually took their timeout. How fortunate here for Oklahoma State that didn't, one, bounce to an Oklahoma player and then right into Aitman's hands, but he didn't get out of bounds. So they have to take a timeout here, and this third down becomes an interesting chess match between the 2 play callers. First for Oklahoma State. The third down, this is 4-down territory.
Third down and 6 at the 30. Maybe they go to Aitman. He scored 2 receiving touchdowns already. Stoner in motion. And Hill sprinting. Hits the sideline. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. His second rushing touchdown of the first half. Wow. What a game.
Oklahoma gets caught. Watch here as the motion is going to clear out, and then all of a sudden you're going to get a huge hole on this left side. Great design. The motion clears it out. Nobody there, and then Marcel Aitman, number 3. There's the block that's going to allow Hill to get into the end zone, and Trey Norwood, that true freshman corner, just unable to get off the block. And that is as easy a touchdown as you're going to get when you're handing the football off from the 30-yard line. My goodness.
So Amendola comes in for the equalizer. And we are level at 38. Oklahoma State will have it to start the second half. In last year's game, the halftime score was 17-17. Now we've got a 38-38 halftime score. Welcome back to Stillwater, Oklahoma. 38-38 our halftime score. Gus Johnson, along with my partner Joe.
I'm chuckling because you said halftime score. Oh my God, man.
I was thinking, is this the fourth quarter?
I know. I'm with you, man.
But we've got a classic Big 12 shootout.
This is, and what two better quarterbacks to conduct this shootout than what we've got here? And they've been back and forth.
And you take a look at the numbers. Look at those numbers, Joel.
I mean, there are so many quarterbacks that would just, you put those on me, like, I'll take them for a whole game. I'll take them. And these guys did it in one half.
So Oklahoma State to get the football to start the second half. Tyron Johnson at the 20 changes hands and goes down at the 23-yard line. Tackled by Stephen Parker. Let's go downstairs to JT.
I did have a chance to catch up with Coach Gundy, and I asked him, how do you disrupt the timing of Baker Mayfield? I mean, he really said, look, he's a good player. We can't deny that. We expected this from both quarterbacks tonight. For us, it's all about playing balanced on attack defensively, some adjustments to make, but expect to see a little bit from their run game as well. He said, if we keep the balance, that's how we will be successful in the second half.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny. 1st and 10. Rudolph to throw out of his own end zone. The deep ball for Washington. And incomplete. Jordan Thomas right in his back pocket.
That was pretty excellent coverage by Jordan Thomas. Look, as he's running with Washington, then he gets away with a little contact before he flipped around and tried to go after that ball. But the contact was kind of in both areas, and then because he went back for the ball, as Washington did the same, you could make the argument that both have a right to the football, which is why the flag maybe wasn't thrown.
So 2nd and 10 at the 3. Hill with a lane. And Hill almost got through, but Kenneth Murray jumped on him. And it seems like, Joel, this Oklahoma running game is much better when they run into the direction of maybe the best player on OU's defense.
Yeah, so when Oklahoma State is running the ball effectively, they're running it at number 31, Obo Okoronkwo, who's at the top of the formation. And that's because the cutback is where they're getting all their yards. And when they cut back after they've run at Okoronkwo, he's not there.
3rd and 6 at the 7. Rudolph with time. Rudolph hit, picked up, almost got it at the Cowboy 10. A huge turnover.
Kenneth Mann, number 55, here he comes. From the defensive tackle position, he's going to go all the way past Rudolph as Rudolph tries to come up in the pocket. He spins back, and then the ball gets knocked loose. Obo Okoronkwo, he's spinning back to try to pursue the quarterback, and it falls right into his lap. What a fortuitous bounce for Oklahoma, and great effort by Kenneth Mann to spin back, get himself in position to make that hit and bring Rudolph to the ground while knocking the ball loose and creating a short field for the offense.
Man, a redshirt sophomore from Burleson, Texas. The Sooners with the football, 1st and goal at the Cowboy 10. Anderson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard. Justin Phillips defensively.
Yeah, Phillips and Whitener are playing one heck of a game, in particular in the last few series, because they've been stopping this run. Remember, they held them out of the end zone on the last series before halftime that OU had the ball, forced the field goal. That's what created this tie game, and now they're doing it again here in the second half.
2nd and goal at the 10. Mayfield in trouble. Mayfield running. And Oklahoma State tackles him for a loss again. I tell you what, since Bundage got his timing together, He's made a huge difference for this defense.
They were trying to run these pressures in the first half, but you're right. He didn't time them right. He was jumping offside, but now Bungeon, he's timing it right. He beats Orlando Brown to the inside. Mayfield's got nowhere to go with that ball. There was only 2 men out on the route, a max protection. And when you have max protection and then pressure is created, there's a no chance scenario for the quarterback.
Third down goal at the 12 after the 2-yard loss. Play clock winding down. Mayfield looking, sacked again. That's a 4th sack of the game. So how about this? Mike Gundy and his defense, they've made some major adjustments to start the second half.
And OU got a little too cute there. They were trying to run kind of a pump fake to the screen and then get somebody loose down the field. But because of that, watch as the linemen are actually going to cut the defensive linemen loose. Right here, then they go downfield. Well, Mayfield doesn't have time to come back to that screen on the other side, and Brailford gets in his face and gets him down to the ground. Good defense by Oklahoma State, but that's a poor play call from the Oklahoma point of view.
Seibert comes in to attempt a 36-yarder. And good. 41-38 OU, and they're looking at Mayfield on the sideline. Each team with a turnover. And each team with a field goal off a turnover. Tyron Johnson, the deep man, he will not get an opportunity. They love their Cowboys here in Stillwater. Right now, Oklahoma State with the football. Down 41-38 at their own 25. Second series of the second half. And they hand it to Hill. And he bursts through the hole and gets to the 40-yard line.
And exactly what I'm talking about, Gus. When they run at Okoronkwo, then the cutback lane is there for them. Number 31 was on the left side of the offense. They ran it that way. He'll cut back to the right, and it's wide open for a lot of yards.
That's a 13-yard gain for Hill. He's putting up career-high numbers. 1st and 10 at the 38. Rudolph pumping, looking, in trouble. Dumps it off. Washington tries to spin out of trouble, but no go. Caleb Kelly says, come here.
What a great tackle by Caleb Kelly in the open field. Now, Washington is not great after the catch. You know, he has made his living, if you will, catching the deep ball, but can't get away from Kelly there.
2nd down and 9. Rudolph fires deep. That one thrown. And Washington had 2 hands on it. Stephen Parker breaks it up in the end.
And that was so close. I mean, perfect timing by Stephen Parker, because Washington's got a step, but then at the last moment, right when that ball hits his hands, Parker is there then to break it up over the shoulder, kind of grabbing those arms down and forcing the incompletion. That's the best job we've seen from OU all day, and maybe he did get there just a touch too early. Boy, I think that could have gone either way.
So that makes it 3rd down and 9 at the 39. Rudolph hands it off to Hill. Looking for the first, and he has it. Hill breaks a tackle. Wow! What a game for Justice Hill. 34 yards.
And just trucked Robert Barnes, number 20. The true freshman safety. Here's Barnes. He goes for the tackle, and boom. Hill runs right through it.
1st down at the 27 now for Oklahoma State. J.D. King in. Rudolph drops it off. It's King, and he's tracked down. Emmanuel Beal with the tackle, but he gains close to 7 yards.
And that rhythm now being established by that Oklahoma State offense, who had sputtered here to start the second half, but they've come out, been able to run the ball effectively, and now getting that underneath passing game going as Justice Hill. You see his numbers, huge day, 197 so far on the ground.
J.D. King, though, coming off a great game last week. Justice Hill, first down. OK State. Justice Hill with a career high in rushing. 24 carries, 208 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns.
And he's been great between the tackles. He's been great in the cutback. He's been great on the outside in the open field. I mean, everywhere they've given him the ball, he's been effective. I certainly think he'll get a couple of chances here inside the 5.
They say he's got a little brother that's pretty special as well. First and goal at the 3. Rudolph off his back foot, picked off. Wow, Will Johnson. And that's the second turnover for Mason Rudolph today. A fumble and now an interception on his own on the 3-yard line.
They're going to try the fake, and then he's going to be trying to throw this little skinny post to Marcel Aitman on the outside. But what he doesn't see is Oklahoma dropped 2 guys off in coverage. And Will Johnson falls right into the lap of the play and executes perfectly. Did he hold on before he hit the ground? He did. Secures it. Interception, Oklahoma. My goodness, what a play from Will Johnson. That's certainly a mistake, not just from Rudolph, but also the play selection. You've got Hill running the ball well on the inside, but also if you're going to throw it outside to Marcel Aitman. They've done that twice today,
for
taking advantage of the one-on-ones for touchdowns. Then they try to go inside, and Will Johnson, the safety, made him pay, the senior from Baltimore. What a huge play, and Rudolph knows it. That was a mistake, certainly, knowing that the safety was going to fall into the lap of that skinny post.
Mason Rudolph hot. Angry with himself.
I know he is, but again, that's a play call issue as well. You know, equally poor there, the decision from Rudolph, but also the decision to throw that route when they've got the mismatch on the outside. They can maintain that one-on-one.
Now Mayfield takes over at his own 20. Up by 3. 1:14 to go, 3rd quarter. Mayfield hands it off to Anderson. And he runs right into Trey Carter.
I've been impressed with this defensive line. You know, in the last couple of series, they've been pretty stout, and that run defense has been pretty stout. They have not allowed Anderson much room.
2nd down and 9. Mayfield looking. Mayfield delivers to the sideline. Caught. Andrews. And Mark Andrews gains 37 yards. Rodarius Williams with the tackle.
I mean, this guy gets so open all the time, and I don't quite understand it, because you got to understand where he's at. 2 guys go with the true freshman C.D. Lamb, leave Andrews wide open along the sideline, and he makes him pay. Just a quality route runner and a good playmaker for this Sooners offense.
He was the Mackey Award tight end of the week after catching 8 passes for 79 yards and a touchdown against Texas Tech. He's got 3 grabs for 102 today. Baker Mayfield throws, has Anderson, first down, Anderson, can he get there? Touchdown, Sooners! What a play, 43 yards. Baker Magic Mayfield.
Anytime you fake the ball to a running back, generally the defense loses him in coverage, and as Anderson kind of leaves the backfield, there's nobody there. He's wide open. Mayfield threw another one of those kind of fadeaway passes from his right. Anderson takes it into the end zone. Great play concept there from Lincoln Riley.
And Oklahoma takes a 47-38 lead. Anderson is just balled out today. What a game for this young man from Katy, Texas. Seibert with the extra point. And it's good. Oklahoma. 3 plays, 80 yards after the Oklahoma State interception. 48-38. Sooners up by 10. 12 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. As Rodney Anderson scores the huge touchdown. And now we'll see how Oklahoma State responds.
A really good play call, you know, and understanding. As a quarterback, you got to understand the way defenses work, and generally they will lose in coverage who you fake the ball to. They go back to him on the wheel route. He's wide open, takes it in for the touchdown. That's a really smart call from Lincoln Riley.
Seibert kicks it off and kicks it deep once again. First down, Rudolph over the middle, and he guns it. Found a nice spot for Jalen McCleskey. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Oklahoma State scoreless in the third. Let's see what they do with the ball to start the fourth after this, down by 10. As we take a look at the scoring by quarters.
Well, that's kind of shocking to me, because it's like to see it 0 in any of those quarters, in particular after that second. It's an outstanding job by that Oklahoma defense, getting 2 turnovers.
Second down and 1 for Oklahoma State. Hill looking for the first down, and he has it. As he gets to the 40-yard line, Emmanuel Beal brings him down.
Well, this defense certainly was opportunistic there, but the run game for Oklahoma State just continues to chew up yardage.
Hill. And Justice Hill breaking tackles again. Gets close to the 40. Trey Norwood with the tackle. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, something to keep an eye on, guys. James Washington, the Oklahoma State receiver, on the sideline. He's nursing, it looks like, a high ankle sprain. That's what the medical staff told him. Right now he's trying different pressure to see how he feels. They have taped it back up. Looks like he will try. We'll have to see.
Washington, 7 catches, 128 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 6 from the 41. Mason Rudolph. Plant, spins, and sacked for the first time today. DJ Ward.
They were trying to go deep, exploit the one-on-one, but Oklahoma dropped back in coverage. Stephen Parker, the safety, was way back, and Rudolph could not let the ball go when he wanted to. Excellent coverage there, and DJ Ward finds himself into the backfield and gets that sack. The pressure on the quarterback is what has been different really for both defenses in this third quarter. We didn't see nearly any pressure in the second quarter. That's why we saw all the points and all the yards, but now the defense is starting to come to life.
Rudolph delivers. Caught. Close to a first down. Marcel Aitman ran a great route. But looks like it'll be a bit short.
Yeah, I was waiting for this spot. It really was a great route. They're attacking Trey Norwood, the true freshman, and you see the feet inbounds, and he kind of takes off just inside of that first down marker. Based on that review, I don't think that was a terrible spot, because it looks like he exited the field short of the 35-yard line, but they're going to stay on the field here and go for it on 4th down.
So 4th and 1 after the 19-yard pickup. Justice Hill gets it, looking for the first down, and he has it. Justice Hill, and you mentioned it earlier, partner, he knows how to get low.
Yeah, and he just ran to color. He saw his offensive lineman, got low, got the yard he needed.
First down, Rudolph goes sideline. Caught! Touchdown Cowboys! What a throw! Tyron Johnson, the LSU transfer.
Just a straight go route. He made one little move to the inside, but it wasn't much, and just torches Jordan Thomas on the outside. Thomas never gets out of his back pedal. That's why he gets beat so badly. The separation is created. Johnson can fly, and Jordan Thomas could never catch up. Great ball, by the way, by Mason Rudolph, right on the money.
They feel that this kid Johnson has a chance to be another one of the great receivers in Oklahoma State history.
Transferred from LSU, had to sit out last season. He was a 5-star prospect and the #2 wide receiver in the country out of high school, and he's showing you some of that skill right there.
They've had a couple. Hartley Dykes, Dez Bryant, Blackman, Washington. Extra point, good. 48-45, 12:30 to play, fourth quarter. And you're looking at Eskimo Joe's most known for their famous chili cheese fries. Established in 1975, we had our dinner there last night. And Joel, didn't you eat some of those cheese fries?
Because I didn't just have some, I killed some of those chili cheese fries. Don't forget the bacon on top too. Adds a nice little touch.
Good stuff. Marcellus Sutton is the deep man for Oklahoma as Amendola kicks it away. Sutton from the 3. And Sutton covering up. First down and 10 at the 23 for Baker Mayfield. Up by 3. Here's a handoff. Anderson. And he's driven backwards to Quentin Osborne right in the middle of the action. And here's the deal, partner. You know what's on the line for both these teams.
Everything.
A loss today, and
they're out. They're out. I don't think you can recover. You might be able to recover in the Big 12. You can't recover in the playoff race, and there's been a lot of chaos today around, but this is for everything.
Second and 10 at the 23. Mayfield winds up down the field. Hollywood! Touchdown! Sooners! 77 yards! Who is this kid? Where'd he come from?
He was a junior college transfer from the College of the Canyons. That's where he came from, but he originated out of Hollywood, Florida. Baker Mayfield has tremendous arm strength, doesn't get enough credit. Check this out, back foot, throws it late, but way down the field, over the defense. Brown is back there and winds up in the end zone. Wow, like that, Oklahoma comes back.
Seibert in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. Hollywood Brown, 9 catches, 265 yards, 2 huge touchdowns. Oklahoma with a half 100 on the road. Baker Mayfield has now broken Landry Jones's record with 564 passing yards in a game. And Oklahoma, more importantly, takes a 55-45 lead. First down and 10 at the 25 for Oklahoma State. Rudolph over the middle, and it's caught. Stoner still on the move and finally chopped down inside Oklahoma territory. That's a 31-yard gain. Will Johnson with the saving tackle. Rudolph bobbling it, picks it up, lets it go, and throws it out of bounds. And as NFL scouts go, does Rudolph, is he considered to be a quarterback with a strong arm?
Oh, certainly. Now, for the last couple of weeks, he has been dealing with something, and he hasn't had quite the zip that he's had on the ball previously in the beginning of the season, but he's got the frame, the makeup, he's got the arm strength down the field. Again, his accuracy down the field is maybe unmatched in our sport.
Second down and 10 at the 34. And a delayed handoff to Hill. And Oklahoma ready for it. As Devontae Lampkin and Caleb Kelly combine on the tackle.
You might need a few more yards to feel comfortable about it. Amendola, again, that career long is 53 yards. It would be about that right now if they didn't gain any yards and had to try a field goal from Mike Gundy, who struggled on that special team. So some positive gains here needed to feel more comfortable about a field goal if that's the direction they go.
Third down and 12 at the 36. Mason Rudolph near side and broken up. This time it's Trey Norwood who made up ground when the ball was in the air, intended for Marcell Aikman.
Great closing speed from Norwood, and again that ball was in the air a long time. The far side out route. Rudolph tried to put a lot on it, but Norwood able to make up the ground and get it batted down. Rudolph in the offense going to stay on the field on a long fourth down opportunity here.
They need 12 yards. The first down marker is at the 24. 4th and 12. Rudolph off his back foot. Caught! first down. This time it's Aitman. And now they say it's incomplete. He didn't get a foot in bounds.
Boy, it was close on that sideline. It's all going to be dependent on when he gains control. That left foot is certainly down, and it looks like he's got control. The right foot was out, but it looked like he had control of that ball. Watch his left foot. Control, and the foot down.
The receiver got his left foot down inbounds, maintained possession of the ball. It's a catch and a first down at the 18-yard line. First down.
So Oklahoma State picks up the first down as Aitman got his toe down, a gain of 18. That makes it 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Oklahoma State showing off that depth at wide receiver. Remember, it was against Pitt that 4 of these guys went for over 100 yards in the same game.
Rudolph looking. Rudolph in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Tyron Johnson again. What a game.
Johnson turned Motley all the way around. Parnell Motley's back in that corner on the other side, and he got caught with his hips in the wrong position. Watch out Johnson on the outside, number 13. He gives him a little outside move, and right there it's just over. As soon as the corner commits, Motley to the outside. Johnson turns back to the inside. Touchdown, Cowboys.
55-51. Signer make that Amendola, in for the extra point. And it's good. 55-52. 5th touchdown pass of the game for Rudolph. Johnson scores his 2nd receiving touchdown. And we've got a 3-point ball game in Bedlam. 55-52. 107 combined points today. Most in the history of this series. And remember, it dates back to 1904. Cowboys send it away. And this one brought out of the end zone by Sutton. And he crosses the 15 up to the 17-yard line. His team up 55-52. Let's see. Mayfield pulls it out, decides to run it himself. Here's the magic man, first down. As he crosses the 35 up to the 36, an 18-yard gain.
What a great fake. Check out, his eyes are going to go onto this side, and as the defense totally collapses down, there's the collapse. He pulls the ball out, finds room to run, and he takes off. Again, he's not the fastest runner, but he's unafraid of contact. Gets up, and he lets everybody know about it.
The Heisman Trophy is his to win based on what took place today. First down and 10 at the 35. J.T. Barrett struggled. Saquon Barkley struggled. Here's the handoff to Anderson.
Not only that, but their run game is struggling. So this game, 55-52, 9 minutes to go in Bedlam, is coming down to, can Baker Mayfield beat Oklahoma State's offense? Because Oklahoma State right now, they can run the ball at will. They're throwing the ball down the field. Aitman's got the mismatch. But Mayfield right now does not have his run game with them. They're averaging under 4 yards per carry. It's going to be incumbent on him to throw the ball for a victory.
2nd and 10 at the 35. Mayfield gives it up. Anderson. And Anderson churning his legs as he crawls to the 40-yard line for a 3-yard pickup.
That was a tough run to get 3 yards. And he's basically about 7 yards after contact and only picked up 3. Hit in the backfield there as this crowd comes alive, urging their defense on. The only time that they've been able to stop Oklahoma on 3rd down, it's been by creating pressure in the backfield on Baker Mayfield.
And usually the man that creates the pressure is number 1, Calvin Bundage. Mayfield, play fake. Mayfield looking. Mayfield caught over the middle at the 40. Michael Jones with another big reception.
What a great job by Mayfield. He was able to be patient, kept his eyes down the field. Good protection up front. It starts with the offensive line, and then he allows CeeDee Lamb to just come open across the middle and find the hole. There Lamb finds the hole, able to settle down just a moment and get the completion, and a huge conversion for the Sooners.
First down and goal at the 7. Mayfield hands it off. Sermon. And he gets across the line of scrimmage, picks up a couple. 4:25 remaining in the fourth. 3-point ball game.
Remember, we've seen Oklahoma a couple of different times get into the red zone and falter, take a couple of sacks. They got knocked out of field goal range. They had to settle for a field goal after the turnover of
Oklahoma State, though, has to keep Oklahoma out of the end zone. With 4 minutes to play, 2nd and goal at the 6. Mayfield rolls. Mayfield looks. Mayfield sacked. Calvin Bundage, ball player.
Well, here comes Bundage. It's not a blitz, but it just takes way too long. They're trying to get the play action pass, get the tight end open in the corner of the end zone. He wasn't there. Bundage never quits and gets Mayfield to the ground. And Oklahoma's just taken way too many sacks in the red zone and in the scoring area. Mayfield again goes down.
A loss of 6. 5th sack of the game for Oklahoma State. 3rd and goal at the 12. Andrews, the receiver, in the slot at the top of your screen. Mayfield looks that way. Mayfield delivers and intercepted. Whitener. What a play by the Oklahoma State defense. And they've got great field position with all 3 timeouts. And a little less than 3 minutes remaining. 2nd interception of the day for Mayfield.
They just didn't see Whitener. He's right in the middle of the field. Mayfield's trying to go to Andrews, but Whitener was sitting on the goal line. Again, forcing Mayfield to make a tight window throw. Playing coverage, knowing the run was not a threat at 3rd and goal. That's why the sack was so huge on the previous play. And Whitener comes up with the biggest play of the game so far for Oklahoma State. What a huge moment for them and a huge mistake for Baker Mayfield.
So with 2:59 left, down 55-52. Mason Rudolph takes over at his own 35. James Washington, the prolific receiver, out with an ankle injury. First down. Rudolph fires and incomplete.
A little pressure in the backfield from DJ Ward. Good coverage down the field. It forced Rudolph to hold on to the ball longer than he wanted to and allowed Ward to get some pressure. And he wasn't able to get the completion.
2nd down and 10 at the 35. Rudolph over the middle, caught. 8-man, and he's stripped up at the Oklahoma 45-yard line.
Boy, they continue to play this one-on-one coverage against Marcell Aitman. He's beaten it almost every single time. Trey Norwood is doing his best. He's only 5'11", 188 pounds as a true freshman, but Oklahoma State just attacking him right now. He did save a touchdown there with a quality tackle.
From the 40, first down. Rudolph underneath. This ball caught. And Keenan Brown with the reception.
Good tackle there by Norwood. Comes up from that corner spot. And they're going to try to give these corners some help. You know, with 1:25 left, 3 timeouts, wouldn't be shocked to see a run play here from Oklahoma State.
2nd down and 9 at the 39. And they run it with Hill, trying to get outside. And he does, stops the clock after a 1-yard gain. Emmanuel Beal pushes him out of bounds. So that brings up a 3rd down and 8. Where do they need to go to get in field goal territory for Matt Amendola?
53 is his career long. They would need about 3 more yards.
3rd and 8 at the 38. Rudolph underneath, incomplete. So now a 4th down. Caleb Kelly getting his hands on the football to deflect it.
Kelly just got up there, just enough of this ball, or else that was going to be a completion. And it looks like Oklahoma State will stay on the field and go for it on 4th down.
4th down and 8 at the 38. Biggest play of the game. Rudolph looking. Rudolph delivers. Incomplete. Overthrown. Intended for Johnson. And the Cowboys turn it over on downs.
That was the only deep ball all night that Rudolph overthrew. He's been on the money all night long. Good protection. Okoronkwo couldn't quite get there in the pass rush, and Rudolph just overthrew Tyron Johnson.
1st down for Mayfield and the Sooners at their own 38. They hand it off straight ahead. And Sermon dragging defenders. He's close to a 1st down. Only 1 timeout left for OK State. First down, Oklahoma, and even more. Sermon still on the move. Sermon to the corner. Touchdown Sooners. 53 yards.
Everyone for Oklahoma State was up near the line of scrimmage. They had to stop him, not allow the 1st down. And because of that, it takes only 1 crease. Once they got it, he was gone.
Austin Seibert comes in to attempt the extra point, and it's good. OU, 785 yards of total offense.
There's going to be a free player on defense that's got a shot at the tackle. As he starts squeezing down, Sermon, it's him and him, one-on-one. Sermon breaks the tackle, makes the cutback, and then beats everybody to the end zone. What a performance. What a game. There's the broken tackle. Trey Flowers couldn't bring him to the ground. Flowers, the senior, in his last chance in Bedlam, and Oklahoma's going to take home a victory.
Seibert to send it away. And this one out of the end zone again. 11 seconds to go. Rudolph dancing around. Throws it deep. And intercepted in the end zone by Robert Barnes. And that's your ball game. Oklahoma 62, Oklahoma State 52. Lincoln Riley gets his first Bedlam victory. As you take a look at the Big 12 standings, OU 5-1, 8-1 overall. They win the game, and Baker Mayfield, the Magic Man, is officially the front runner for the Heisman Trophy. All right, let's go downstairs to Jenny Taff, who's standing by with Coach Riley.
Well, I got to ask you about your quarterback first, because the performance he put on tonight, he always says he rises to the occasion here. 5 touchdowns. He breaks a school record in the air. What can you say about his leadership?
Just what he's done. It's what he's done for 3 years. You know, he's the best player in the country. He's been for a long time. He is right now, and I think that was pretty clear tonight.
There has been a consensus from the team about the goals and how far you want this group to go. How proud are you of the fight, and what do you think you can accomplish this year?
Yeah, we had to have a lot of fight. You know, there's no doubt. It was a game of runs. You know, we were able to kind of limit their run early in the game. Then we went through ours, and it was just back and forth. It was 2 really good teams. You know, both quarterbacks were, I mean, the quality of offensive play and just the throws and catches were unreal. So, but I'm proud of our guys. We're not perfect. We're getting better, but we're good at winning.
A little tired after that one?
I'm great. Excited to go celebrate back in Norman.
All right, go enjoy it. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Jenny. Thanks.
The Oklahoma Sooners improved to 8-1, 5-1 in the Big 12 as they win Bedlam 62-52. For Joel Klatt and Jenny Taft, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Stillwater, Oklahoma. After this commercial, we'll get you out to New York for the UFC 217 prelim. So long, everybody.